I hear the purge horn. Let's go. We. Welcome to another episode of Speculation Sunday. And today on a Sunday, most importantly, big thank you to everybody joining us in tonight's live stream. I know we got WrestleMania and just humongous crowd out there of like 80,000 people. Once again, it's crazy. But thank you everybody that's joining today's live. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to get into all three theme parks from Knott, Universal, Disneyland. And most importantly, we got Just Ask Danny in the house. How you doing, Danny?
Hey, Mondo, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on again.
Of course. How was your week? How you been, dude?
Pretty good. It's been busy. I got to go back to the parks this weekend to kind of get like a current look. I actually went and finally did like filmed a hotel update. I hadn't been like at the hotel side, and there was a lot of changes actually at Paradise Pier Hotel. So
I feel like we could have a live stream on just downtown Disney and the hotels.
yeah, dude.
They're their own topic of conversation. We got theme parks and things with Johnny with the super chat. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm at SoFi Stadium. WrestleMania is truly amazing. Dude, I was just at WrestleMania too, Johnny. Hey, Johnny, pay attention to the matches. Dude, thank you for joining right now. Just focus on the matches. Enjoy that atmosphere over there in SoFi Stadium. What's up, Andre? Hunters Unite in the house. We got Bowmania. Camille, SoCal Imagine. We got everybody. USC Greg. Danny, where did you get your ZPD hat?
I got it from what I don't know if she's active. I haven't seen her in a while, but there's this girl on Instagram named Tiffany Mink, and she used to have a clothing company called Who's It's and What's It's, and this was from Who's It's and What's It's. They had a booth one time at D23. No, it was WonderCon. They had a booth at WonderCon like a long time ago, and I bought this at their WonderCon booth. So,
all right. Let me see. What's up, everybody? Heck yeah, Johnny, have a good day out there in WrestleMania, dude. I was watching it right now. Edge was just coming out. Crazy intro. What's up, Palos? How you doing? Anything goes in the cage? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it after because it's on Peacock. What's up, Mark W? Let's talk Disney 70th anniversary. Did you see that stuff that came out on Twitter about the
no,
70th?
I didn't.
Supposedly, I don't even know what to believe in the last like 2 days or 3 days because April Fool's is like, I don't want to believe anything, but supposedly like info leaked of Disneyland's 70th. And I was just like, I don't even want to look into that. It's like, no way. I don't even want to speculate. Happy Sunday, Monjo and Danny, and Fire family, 5 fires. Heck yeah. What's up, USC Greg? Watching Mania on Peacock, Finn versus Edge. No spoilers, please. Don't spoil it. I'm just kidding. Enjoy all the WrestleMania out there, everybody. I had a chance to go to WrestleMania yesterday. I was like super high. I think it was like level 300s. And I don't even know where our seats were, but they have standing areas. And I was telling Villain, I was like, dude, we should just stand here and watch everything. Because we were like dead smack in the middle where you could see all the stage and everything. And
yeah, can you explain that? Because I don't know, like, how are you standing in an area that's like nowhere near your seat? I don't get it.
Dude, I don't even know where our seat was, to be dead honest. Like, I have no clue. Let me see if I could bring it up, give everybody my perspective. I've been to SoFi Stadium one time, and here we go. Let me see if I could. Yeah. So this was my perspective right there. So we just stood. They have like standing areas or just lounges. I don't even know what to call it. But I felt like just standing there was better than our seat and be super crowded in this crowd because there was like 81,000 people in attendance, Danny. Even though it looked like that from our perspective, having the screens at the top, like it just made it a really cool experience, dude. I was telling Danny, I was like, you should watch Taylor Swift from that same perspective because you get the whole show. You know what I mean? You
I
get
don't
the
know if they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna allow that, but uh, I'll keep
because
an
we
eye
thought
out.
we were gonna get kicked out, Danny, but they said no, people could stand there. Let me see. Also, too, one thing I don't know if everybody saw, but yesterday the walls went up, Danny. The walls went up for Splash Mountain in Florida. April Fools. April Fools. Anybody that fell for this, I'm sorry, but you got April Fooled. We still have no idea when Splash Mountain's going to close. I did have a chance to ask the members. Shout out to all the community members of the Five Fire community what they wanted to talk about. We got one right here. Any predictions for Treehouse or Rogers opening dates at Disneyland? And that was a question from Ian Grimm. Uh, it's getting more and more hotter with the Treehouse. What do you think about it, Danny?
They said Treehouse and what?
Treehouse and then the Rogers musical, essentially.
Okay, okay. Well, you can show the tweet that I sent you from the Treehouse because that goes right into what I was going to talk about.
Yeah, yeah. I'll open it up right now. I'll open it up right now. Let's see. Let me back up real quick. Where'd it go? The treehouse. Here we go. All right, Danny, I got it. This is the current situation. When did you take this photo?
Yesterday, or yeah,
Yeah.
yesterday. So essentially, like we saw the scaffolding, the netting that goes around the scaffolding to kind of hide what they're working on. We saw that come down during the windy weather, and we saw a bunch of other things too, like over at Tiana's Palace restaurant. We saw that come down. I put that in my video. So it was giving us an early look at some of the construction because they had to take that down due to the safety of the scaffolding, like blowing over in the strong winds. But they never put the scaffolding, like the scrim, back up on this scaffolding. And then as we were watching it, it was coming down. So it's already down like 2 levels over at the Adventureland Treehouse, and has revealed the whole top half of the treehouse where the house is, and the little thing next to it where the SEA flag is hanging on it. So my guess is, since they're already starting to deconstruct the scaffolding, it's any day now, like where this is
Yeah.
going.
Like it could literally be Tuesday.
Yeah,
If it's a matter of scaffolding being taken down, they could do that fast. They could
yeah, because
totally do that
I
fast.
was I was talking with Scott Goosen, and he said that he happened to have been visiting recently at Disneyland, and he said when I posted my picture that it was already a level lower than when he was there. So it is coming down.
Wow. So
Hmm.
we're gonna get Treehouse before Splash Mountain, for all we know. A theme park and thing. What's up, Johnny? One last thing, Mondo. I sent you on Instagram where my seat is. But okay, pay attention, dude. Pay attention to WrestleMania. You out there at WrestleMania, man? Thank you. I'll check my Instagram for sure. I'll check. I haven't had a chance to be on social media too much today, but I'll check. I'll check, my friend. Thank you, Johnny. Uh,
What else we got for member questions?
Uh, what about Rogers musical? I think it could be any day now too. Do they really save that as like some summer thing? I don't think so.
I'm
Um,
thinking, you know what I'm guessing, Mondo? We and you say this all the time, and you've always predicted it, but Disneyland loves uh they love Memorial Day weekend. And you
mm,
always say that. You always talk about how like they always do all this stuff on Memorial Day weekend. So I think Memorial Day weekend could be a good spot for that to come.
yep, there you go.
Not that
I
far
think so
away.
too, dude. It's
Yeah.
around the corner. Around the corner. And then one thing too is the treehouse still showing closed on the calendar. Uh, as far as I know, it got taken off the refurbishment thing. So, like on the Disneyland app, um, I think it's any day now. Really, like Danny was saying. What about the water wheel? I'm pretty sure all that stuff's done by now. It has to be. They've been working on it for it seems like forever. We got Kaylee with 1 month membership. What is your ranking of all the Disney character dinings? Any Toontown updates? We'll get into that one. Uh, for me, my character dining has to be Plaza Inn #1. You can't beat having breakfast characters go to Space Mountain, go take a castle picture. You can't beat that. Being inside Disneyland with character dining is incredible. #2 would have to be uh, Storyteller. I think it's what it's called. It's been so long since I've done it. And then, is there only 3 character dining? And then Goofy's Kitchen's last. I can't think if there's another character dining. What would be your #1, Danny?
Um, Character wise, Plaza Inn is definitely the best. You're gonna have the most variety of characters, and just the most opportunities to see a bunch of different people. Food wise, definitely Storyteller's Cafe. You're gonna see like the Fab Five, and then like Chippendale, so like a little plus. But you're not going to see much more outside that, right? So if you're wanting to see a little bit more variety, at Plaza Inn, you have Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore. Sometimes you have Piglet.
Max. They've
Yes,
had Rafiki.
yeah, they'll have just random characters at Plaza Inn. Goofy's Kitchen has some pretty rare characters too. Sometimes like they'll have like Aladdin and Jasmine, and they'll have Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Hatter. So it really kind of just depends. But I feel like Mondo was saying, like in the park, tons of characters, pretty good food. Plaza Inn. If you want the best food, I'd say Grand Californian at Storyteller's Cafe.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Princess Breakfast. But if you're willing to drop $125 per person, it's probably the #1 experience.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess if you're willing, I was putting that in its own category
Yeah,
because
like
all the others are like
Disney Adventure Breakfast, whatever they call it, that's its own. It's just God mode. It's literally like you're waiting 1 minute to meet Princess Jasmine, and then Aurora, and then Rapunzel, and Little Mermaid. When you think about the Royal Hall inside Disneyland, you could
yeah.
wait 2 hours to meet 3 random princesses. You have no idea who you're gonna meet. But yeah. Also, too, I saw this on Twitter, and it's from Attract Faction. And Danny, he told me to cover this like a week ago, and I just haven't had a chance. I haven't been to Disneyland. Toontown's been struggling with its own. I don't want to say maintenance, but the way that the land is built, it's to have kids run around, touch things, jump over the tree roots, put their hands in the water, all sorts of stuff. Well, it's closed. It keeps being closed. We've seen the water fountain closed a couple times, but now they've closed the tree. The dreaming tree's closed. And this has been happening right here, like that.
Yeah.
And this is not like it just happened recently. It's been happening like this. um, there's a lot of stuff going on with that tree alone. With the whole like everybody expected it to be grand. Now the tree roots are having issues. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe they closed it for the purpose of that it got painted again. Maybe like some tougher paints going on. I don't know. But Danny, you mentioned a good point about the fence. Can you bring that up?
Yeah, if you could zoom in on it a little bit. And also you can see in the background there's a lantern totally peeled. Totally
Oh
peeled.
wow, I see that right
Yeah.
there.
And I saw that in person, and basically that's just the story of it started peeling and then the kids were just peeling it. They just were like, "Let me just pull this. Let me keep pulling it." 'Cause as a kid would, you know what I mean? So it's you can see on the left one too, it's already happening on that one. So it's just not a good idea. But I was actually there on the soft opening day with Mondo, and then on opening day I was kind of like doing my own thing, but hanging out with Mondo and Peter and Kitra here and there throughout the day. But I met up with Peter and Kitra in this park, and Kitra from Ordinary Adventures, she actually pointed out a really good thing, um, in that this is a park designed for kids, right? And kids are meant to play all over the tree roots. They have spongy ground so that kids can play on it. Well, the problem is that whoever designed the fence in the back that surrounds the planter didn't, I guess, maybe consider that kids are playing in this playground, because there wasn't a single kid that was at least a smaller kid that couldn't fit between the gaps of that fence. And let me tell you that every single kid was going in between the gaps of the fence into the planter. I don't know who thought about that, but that was like, I didn't even think about that until Kitra like pointed it out. But there should be at least another bar in between the two bars to prevent the kids from going in there, because that's dangerous, because there was like electrical stuff back there for like the lighting and stuff like that. Plus, you don't want kids going in like the actual dirt and like getting hurt or anything back there. So um, they're probably going to have to address that at some point too, because every kid could fit through those big giant holes in the fence, and they were tracking the dirt all over the place, stepping all over the plants. So it's I don't know. There's just a lot of weird things in Toontown that just seem really last minute. I feel like all the painting on all this stuff was done last minute and also done in the rain, right? So they had to battle all that. And so maybe that's why all this is peeling already, because they kind of painted it a little fast when it was when it was raining.
And big shout out, thank you, Arlene Five Fires. Thank you for gifting a membership. I appreciate you. To bring it up, Toontown was struggling with the way it looked in general pre-pandemic. I remember a lot of people were hating on Donald's boat. That was the one I really remember. It was like falling apart inside the boat. Like everything just, I guess you could say wear and tear is what I'm trying to say. Like tons of wear and tear everywhere. So I guess that battle will continue with the reopening of Toontown. Oh man, so crazy. Yeah, but I don't know, Danny. Them having that fence like that, it's just odd. But I don't know. We'll see how things progress. Big avocado super chat. Toontown is getting abused by adults. I've seen so many of them spring ride, and it should be for children and not adults. Stay off my lawn.
This is so true. I saw kids on that spring thing, and you're just looking at the thing like go all the way down, touching the ground, and I'm just like, one day this is gonna bust, and the spring's just gonna fly out and like kill someone or something.
Dude, you're talking about the one that's like a spring?
Yes.
I cannot go on that. That's for sure.
No,
I don't even want to risk it.
I don't even think adults should be doing those spitty things either. Those are for like little kids.
Yeah, I'm too big.
They have someone else said in the chat, Mondo. Let's see here.
Thank you, Big Avocado. Happy Sunday.
Irene Garcia said that tree looking like it wants to die. And we talked about that. We talked about that in our Toontown episode, and how it's such a vibrant and beautiful land, and they pick such a gray, drab tree to go in Toontown. It just didn't make sense to me. Didn't make sense, especially since the artwork showed this like really pretty like green tree with like brown, like cartoon brown roots. That's kind of what I was expecting, like Tree of Life, Animal Kingdom style, not some gray tree with.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. Imagine if the tree, you know how the Tree of Life has animals, over there in Florida. If our Tree of Life had like the Fab Five, just kind of molded into the tree, but it still looks like a tree, and then like just like a reference to Walt somewhere in there. I would have been like, boom, that's the freaking Walt tree if I ever seen one. But no, Danny, we got just a measly old tree that Irene Garcia says wants to die. We got Kraken with the super chat. Here's a bit of controversial take. I think a new coaster at Hollywood is going to open the same season that Epic Universe. Just stick to it, Disney. Just to stick it to Disney. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Let's talk about that real quick. I didn't post it on Instagram. Let me bring this up real quick, Danny. I have it. I did it as a short, so I could just bring up the short. Okay. Just recently, we had special effects and animal actors go down permanently forever. And there's been a lot of rumor and speculation that a big roller coaster could come here to the upper lot, possibly kind of curve all the way down. You hear that? That is roller coaster noises coming out. There's some type of sound pollution kind of effects going on. I don't know where they put the speaker, but when you're walking right here by the escalator, you can hear it. Let me see. There it is. That's the noise.
That's totally Velocicoaster. That's totally Velocicoaster.
Dude, okay. So there's a lot of conversation to have here. We're just going to get to this topic. We've all heard rumors and somehow leaked concept art of Fast and Furious roller coaster coming to Hollywood. At the end of the day, we have no idea what it could be. Literally zero idea. I've been on Velocicoaster. If that got added to Hollywood, it just makes Hollywood that much more insane, more of that Jurassic World footprint, which everybody would love. I would be totally down for a Velocicoaster, and it would have to be something different than whatever they have in Florida, because this is what I want to say. When I was going down the escalators, Danny, they had the audio, maybe it's just the way I was interpreting it, but the audio would come from like the second floor and it would go up the stairs. So like that, up the escalator and to that area where I was standing where you could see special effects at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of rumor that the roller coaster could come over the escalators and down into the lower lot, essentially into the studios, or at least that ground area that at that point in time would be like behind Simpsons and stuff. I feel like whatever this project is, it's huge. It's huge. And the fact that they're doing like sound pollution tests and sound noises to recreate a roller coaster, this is not an indoor project like a Simpsons or a Mummy or a Transformer. Like, this is something that will be visible outside. What are your thoughts on all of that, Danny? That's a lot to take in, but what are your thoughts, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that they're doing. I don't think it's just to be clear. I saw USC Greg saying, "I think it's Velocicoaster." I don't think it's Velocicoaster. I just think that the sound that they recorded was Velocicoaster. The sound that they're playing as the sample, it sounds exactly the way the roller coaster sounds. So I just want to clear that up. I have no idea what the roller coaster is going to be. Like Mondo said, it's already leaked from Screamscape, I think, .com, and then Alicia Stella kind of did more of an in-depth look at it all. But they were the ones that posted that it was going to be Fast and the Furious, like a drift style coaster. But as far as the sound pollution testing, like Disney's done this before. They're doing it. They're doing it now for Disneyland Forward, right? They have to do a bunch of sound testing in the areas that is Disneyland Forward projects for all the homes that are there around the areas that would be next to Disneyland Forward, to see how much of an impact it would have on those homes. And Universal probably has to do the same thing, right? They have sound engineers coming in that are testing the sound pollution, like noises. So not only that, they're a working studio, right? They have TV shows filming, movies filming, hot sets everywhere. So this heavily impacts that, right? You can ride the tram and go through a hot set and it literally tells you like, shh, be quiet. Like, you can't talk at all. The tram can't even make any noise. And sometimes if it's a super hot set and they don't want any noise in there, the tram doesn't even go near it, right? So
I've had a day where the tram, we just did like uh King Kong, and then like he didn't start talking to like Bates Motel. Like it was just hot set after hot set after, because it's
yeah,
a live studio. It's literally a live studio.
yeah, and so like they have to do testing on all that, right? Like to see how this, like, there's never been a roller coaster at Universal Studios for that purpose,
Mhm.
because they are a hot set and they are like really close to a lot of really expensive homes. Like really expensive homes. Disneyland um, is next to some like homes that are really in really nice communities, but nowhere near as expensive as the homes in the Hollywood Hills. So like you have a lot of studies that they have to do in order to validate something like this coming. And it probably won't be as big and intense as Velocicoaster because A, they don't have the space, and B, they can't make something go that high or that intense because of the noise it would create so far away, right? So they have to kind of keep it low but also high. And so this is probably what level the sound engineer said for it to be at. But that definitely sounded like a clip of Velocicoaster for sure, because it's probably going to be a similar coaster style, especially since they're not going to have a lift hill; it'll be a launch. So we're probably pretty similar. But I would imagine, right? It's still going to affect no matter what, no matter how quiet the roller coaster is. It's still going to affect outdoor filming in some way. So they have to weigh the decisions. Like, is it worth us putting this roller coaster in for the theme park and affecting like a studio wanting to use our lot? Because it's not just an NBC that films there. Like Disney films
Disney,
there,
everybody.
everybody films there. Netflix films there. Disney films there. They film music videos there for music artists. Like, so if they see a roller coaster, they might be like, I'm not interested in filming here anymore because this is too much noise for my sound engineers to have to take out in the background, and we don't want to deal with that. So Universal has to like take that all into consideration. They can't just plop in a roller coaster and hope for the best. I mean, that's why Incredicoaster has those tubes on it, right? Because they go above a certain point in California Adventure. And before, when it was California Screamin' and it wasn't Incredicoaster, the tubes were only facing the outside of the park. That's why before, if you look at videos of California Screamin', the tube was only half a tube, and the tube sides that were facing inward, they were all open and with like little slats, right? So you could always
Yeah.
see the roller coaster going through. But with Incredicoaster, they closed them off because they were putting stuff inside of it, right? But the reason why the tubes even exist is because of noise ordinances, right? The roller coaster. This was a parking lot at Disneyland, right? That's what Disney California Adventure was, and it had to. It was bringing new noise that wasn't there before, and other homes and businesses are in the area that didn't used to live next to a giant roller coaster, but now they did. So they had to put those tubes on it in order to hide the noise. It's the same reason why the old Maliboomer ride used to have the face shields on it. It was so that people could scream as loud as they wanted inside that thing and you couldn't hear it. And you really couldn't hear it when you were standing outside of it. Everyone thought it was like a barf shield.
I
It
always
wasn't.
thought it was a barf shield. That's what I was gonna say. I thought it was a barf shield.
No, it was a scream shield so that you could scream as loud as you want. And that's why it's funny because you could be like sitting next to your friends and like talking, and you'd have to like go back and like talk to them through the arm, like the arm overstrain, because they couldn't hear you because you're in your little like tube. And that's the purpose of it. So like
I'd rather
Disney
have the Maliboomer than that ride we got. What's that ride called again? Feelings,
emotional
emotion,
whirlwind.
emotional whirlwind. I'd rather have Maliboomer, dude.
Yeah.
That
So
ride.
this is uncharted territory for Universal Studios Hollywood, and I would imagine there's going to be a lot of studies that not only geologically, which they probably have already done, which is what Alicia Stella was reporting on, like some permits and stuff, like testing that they were doing, geosurvey stuff to see like how it would impact like the hill and all the stuff on it, and then now probably they're doing sound testing and maybe they have to do sightline testing too at some point to see how that affects stuff. So There's a
And
lot of things.
one thing too, if a roller coaster does come to Hollywood, I feel like it changes the playing field a lot, because then having a roller coaster outside is now possible. What's stopping them from putting another one? Why not do another roller coaster? Like Hagrid's and whatever else could come over here. They got to figure out where to put these things, but if it's successful, which I think it totally is going to be, they're going to keep it coming. We got Aaron Ford with 5 months. They should find a way to bring back animal actors. Shows like that make Universal Hollywood unique. But where? That's like the question. Where?
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
I,
that's the Mouse Vibes actually put out a video today, and I didn't even think about it this way, Mondo, but they had some pretty good speculation in their video about the new entertainment stage that's being built in the plaza, supposedly, right? No, Universal hasn't confirmed anything yet, but they made a good point in saying that they took out animal actors and they took out special effects show, and those are two major entertainment offerings at Universal. And with Waterworld now, it's the only entertainment offering, and not only that, but special effects show, as you know, was used for Jabberwockies, which is the only entertainment offering for Halloween Horror Nights, if you don't count like the chainsaw, gang going through and all that kind of stuff. So their theory was that the new stage in the Universal Plaza area would be some sort of catch-all stage that could really host a lot of things. It could host an animal actors, set with some type of thing, like not the same scale, right, that we saw before, but at least something. In addition to that, it could show also some special effects stuff. They could have a little mini stunt show there. And then, of course, some new act could use it at Halloween time for Halloween Horror Nights. So it could really be a great use-all space. And I think that's a good speculation, honestly. I haven't really heard anyone. I mean, I know you mentioned that it was going to be potentially for entertainment, but I never
I
thought of it as like a multi-use space like that.
I've heard a lot of stuff about the plaza. I think it's a little too early to say anything, but I heard a lot of stuff. I think the future of the plaza, the future of the plaza, I think, is like, they do want it to be something that comes alive more than what it's been. So we'll see where it goes. I wish it was Harry Potter expansion for real. I totally agree. We got Benji. The coaster is going to be right in the middle of the park, and the noise could potentially affect the other land's atmosphere along with the studio. Sure, these testings will give them a good idea. All the noise that was happening at the escalators areas, at least just kind of people watching for like the 5-10 minutes I was there, nobody was like, like making weird faces, like what the hell. It was just like noise. It was just white noise that people were walking through. I don't feel like it affected people's. I don't feel like it affected people's like ambiance of just walking through there. I think people are just walking through like, what the hell was that, and just kind of moving on. Do you think Main Street projections at Happily Ever After? They're supposed to. I know Enchantment today was the last day over there. Today was the last day over there in Florida. I'm just reading. Could they do something like Tron, where only a small portion is outside? I could totally see that. Maybe special effects, animal actors is like an in portion of the roller coaster, and then it only goes outside beyond the escalator area. I could see that. I could totally see that. During my grad night, they said Incredicoaster is going to be closed because of noise affecting local hotel guests. Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Um, Man, Danny, you got me stuck on Maliboomer, dude. I missed that freaking ride. It wasn't
I
even that
love
good, but I
no,
loved it.
I love that ride. Like I would go on it every single time, and I would went
Stop
single
thinking
rider.
about it.
I went single rider, and you could get on immediately because no one wanted to ride it.
Maliboomer had single rider?
Heck yeah, dude! It was the best.
Oh, man.
You go up the exit because, like, there's 4 rows on each side of the tower, right? So, or there's rows of 4 on each side of the tower. So they would just fill you in whenever there was like empty space on any of those rows of 4. It
Mhm.
was You could get on in like 5 minutes, single rider, easy every time.
I still hope they expand Super Nintendo World like they're doing in Universal Japan in the future. Dude, I can't wait to talk Super Nintendo World right now. Dammy, what? What Oh my! I gotta go to Super Tour. I'm like, am I reading that right? Fired up, Hollywood. Hollywood. Freaking WrestleMania goes Hollywood. Thank you so much, Debbie. Holy smokeroonies. I was trying not to cuss there. Um, Super Nintendo World has been selling out Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood general admission tickets on the daily, dude. I know it's spring break, but you know what's coming? Summer. You know what's even worse than summer? Halloween. What's worse than Halloween? Christmas. Dude, I think Super Nintendo World is literally just gonna take over demand like the movie's about to debut this week. I think it's Tuesday at midnight. Super Mario Bros is about to change the playing field like you wouldn't believe. And the reason I say that, Chris Pratt recently he said it himself that he sees the next 10 years of essentially this Illumination Nintendo World universe coming to life. I've heard a lot of good things already about the movie. I've been trying to avoid spoilers because in all reality, that trailer and everything they've showed hasn't been much. But I'm excited for Super Mario Bros. Movie. And at the end of the day, it's just more marketing for the actual Super Nintendo World that you could visit today in Hollywood. I want to go into like a full discussion today, Danny, about Super Nintendo World. But before we get into that, what are your thoughts on the things I've said? I just want to hear your opinion.
I mean, it's I'm excited for what the movie's going to bring, right? I mean, I sent Mondo some early thoughts, right? The embargo's all lifted for everyone that had a chance to see the Super Mario Brothers movie. Most people had really good things to say about it, but they also, but in regards to the Easter eggs, um, that longtime fans of Mario would understand, which I think is the coolest part for a lot of people, and in my opinion, um, is why they would it's going to do so well, right? But the actual critics didn't really have a lot of positive to say about the movie. They said the plot was really predictable, like you could just tell right away what it was, and that they summed it up by saying it's a Mario movie made by Illumination, and I'll leave it at that. So, like, and the other person that I was looking at said, if it wasn't for the beauty of the movie and how pretty it looks, or that it was Mario, it would be like a forgettable movie and no one would care about it. So, but I'm excited either way because I love the Easter egg aspect of it. I think that's what made like Wreck-It Ralph so fun, right? Because Wreck-It Ralph was all about like pop culture and like old video games.
I love Wreck-It Ralph so
And
much.
and like it wasn't the best movie ever by Disney Animation, but like the Easter eggs in it made it so fun. Like seeing like all the different old classic video game characters and like just these hidden like references to different things. And then we had the Disney princesses later on, like in their PJs, just all these funny things that were thrown in there. Like I think that's what the Super Mario's brother movie's gonna do. Is it's gonna be just so
They're
beloved
just
by people because of
punching.
the
They're punching nostalgia right in the heart. Just boom,
yeah. But
nostalgia.
I do agree it's gonna bring a lot of um like exposure to Super Nintendo World that like not like they really need help with that, but it's gonna bring more exposure.
Dude, with Super Nintendo World, they've been doing it's like you don't know if there's reservations or not because some days people go and you could just walk right in. And other days it's literally just reservation locked and it is what it is. And lots of times reservations are still running out by like 10:30 if that. Like they're gone sometimes before then. The demand's just insane, insane. I don't know. I don't know how they combat all this, Danny. I have no idea. I have no idea, dude. Because they're in a pickle. The land is all is the size. Uh, the land is in a position where it can't handle a whole worth of theme park trying to visit it every day as like the hottest new thing to do. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Also, too, I don't want to forget we got Juan who became a new member. Five Fires. All the members of Five Fires YouTube, thank you so much for supporting the fire. After this live, I'm going to be doing a live where it's just members only, 20 to 30 minutes, and we're just going to hang out and just talk. We don't have to talk theme parks. We're just going to hang out. It's a live that I always want to dedicate to the members. As a just big thank you to everybody. And once again, thank you, Demi. Jeez Louise, dropping the fire. Super Nintendo World, Danny. They went away with the reservations and the land just became way overcrowded. You can't do nothing. How do you feel about that? Because this demand's not going to go down. And at the same time, Universal's in the position of like, we want everybody to experience it. But then like that battle of guest experience, it kind of diminishes. What do you think they could do, or it is what it is? This is just how the first 2-3 years are gonna go. What do you think? Does it eventually look like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, or is Super Nintendo World just a complete S show crowded from now until history? What do you think, dude?
I mean, I think it's just gonna stick around for a while. I don't think that we're gonna see it die down, right? Like people are gonna go on the ride, they're gonna see the cafe, and then they're gonna be like, I don't need to go for a while. But there's a lot of things in there that make people want to come back and see it. Not to mention too, just in general on the lower lot, there's not that much to do as far as like walking space, like right. If you're committing to going all the way down there, which it takes a while to get down to the lower lot, let's just be real. You got Mummy, you got Jurassic World, you got Transformers, and Super Nintendo World. Just those four things, plus like the little shops and restaurants that are there. So like when you're down there, like people are gonna want to go in regardless. You know what I mean? So even if they're not like top of the list wanting to go into Super Nintendo World, they'll probably make their way in there eventually, just because of how small the space is. I think it adds to the crowdedness of it more than it would have if it wasn't.
Yeah, I think it's just very clear, especially by the end of the year, they got to expand. It's just straight up. I don't think there's like a gimmick to fix this demand problem, because if you're trying to go guest experience, you have to keep it low crowd. Where you could do a power band game in 10 minutes, you know? You don't have to wait 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, hour just to do power band game. I don't know. That's not a good guest experience, I feel. And you would have to lower the crowd tremendously, which then means a big portion of your daily guests do not even go inside the land. Then
Right.
at that point, it becomes, then why are you selling power bands everywhere? Because I'm not guaranteed to get in the land. I don't know. It's a weird scenario. I think in all reality, the lower lot should literally just be Jurassic World and Super Nintendo, and it is what it is. I know Transformers. A lot of people love it, and Mummy too. But at this point, like the future is very bright, especially with this expectation of if there is a Nintendo universe of movies coming. I could very well see a Zelda movie just fund a new land, a Donkey Kong movie fund a new land, because the popularity is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. Especially if this Mario movie like hits $1 billion or somehow goes insane and goes to 2 billion or some absurd number. Universal's they're watching, dude, and why not bring that media to life in a physical form where we're as of right now, we're gonna be we're the only ones with the Super Nintendo World. Florida doesn't get theirs till like a couple more years, if there's no delay. And then for Florida, they're probably already thinking of expansion, even though they're not even done with what they got. The answers are already here. Once if the movie's successful, it's already here, dude. It's gonna be
Yeah.
insane. HJ Dream says, super chat, with the Olympics coming in LA in 2028, how do you think the parks will prepare for that? Well, for sure the roller coaster at Hollywood is probably their main importance right there.
Right.
I don't know after that, unless they take away the Nope section and War of the Worlds and they expand that way. That's the only thing I could think of. For Disney, is the King Thanos ride that important to be done by 2028? Probably not. They're probably worried more on Downtown Disney than anything. And then Knott's Berry Farm, Fiesta Village. I don't think there's anything that goes like beyond a reimagining of Fiesta Village. But do you think anything big could come from Disneyland for 2028?
Well, when is the 100th or the 70th is 23rd 20 when is the 70th?
Let me see. I'm just gonna put, when is Disneyland's 70th?
It was 55 and
That we're only 30 months away. That's what somebody said. It's May 2025.
May, so yeah. I don't know what's happening for Disneyland 70th, and that's 3 years
Who's
before
to say they even celebrate it though, Danny?
Yeah, they might not. They might not.
You never know.
It could be like a 65th anniversary deal where it's just like merch and that's all you get. So that could be it potentially.
And just throwing it out there, I'm just throwing it out there. Disneyland is in the position that they're cutting back $5 billion. So I don't see nothing cool happening for the 70th, which is 30 months away. No way.
Yeah.
SoCal Imagine, big thank you for gifting that membership.
And it went to Wendy Perez.
Heck yeah. 5 fires, Wendy. Thank you. Appreciate you for pouring the fire.
We also got a new member, John Booze.
John Booze! Heck yeah. Hey, I'll see you guys all after the live.
And, we got a super chat from Juan who said, do you think Hollywood would bring the green shell calzone that Super Nintendo World Japan has?
Dude, I had a long conversation about this, dude. I don't know how Panda is still open. I'm just going to leave it at that.
It's not a calzone. It's a bun, and it has yakisoba in it. So like soba noodles, ramen noodles. So it's definitely not a calzone. But I could certainly see them going the route that Juan said and making it a calzone for the American audience, because obviously I don't think people would be like super into, I mean, even though they should, because it sounds amazing and I'm super open to that kind of stuff, I feel like they always want to like Americanize it when they bring it here, so make it a little bit more appealing to like the wider audience. So a calzone sounds definitely like that's what would be our version of it.
Yeah, I think hitting the wide audience would be the way to go, because dude, if it's a calzone green shell pizza, I'm buying that for sure. I'm going one day to Hollywood. I am buying that for lunch. And that little diner and Panda Express, all that needs to go. Goodbye. There's no nostalgia. No one cares. Super Nintendo World. More Super Nintendo World. I think that's like, it's like more cowbell, more Super Nintendo. Real quick, where is it? Daniela, hey Mondo, went to Disney Springs, went to Gideon Cookies, and it was delicious. I saw Disney Food Blog. It must have been like 300 people waiting for a cookie, dude. Dude, Gideon's, I don't know how they're not putting more Gideon's everywhere. All in that Disney area. I'd be putting Gideon's everywhere, dude. It's just money. They're printing, it's like a bank. They're printing money bring money through cookies. King Thanos gift shop. Hey, that's the future. Did you see the walls?
That was a good one. That was a good.
Did,
That's a good one.
hey, they should call it King Thanos gift shop, honestly.
Like
Go,
we're not getting the gift shop. We're just getting the Avengers headquarters little gift shop with the door on the side.
dude, the let's talk about that. They didn't even care to even try to attempt a vision of King Thanos, like a expected year, but they were like, "Hey, we could put more merch and make more money. Let's make the exiting gift shop essentially of whatever this e-ticket ride was going to be. They're going to bring that to life." Um, the exit was over there where they've had like the Jeep on the right side of the building.
Yeah,
I always thought that the door was going to be the exit. Kind of where Iron Man meets, there's like a little door right behind him. I thought that was going to be the. So that kind of threw me off. I was like, okay, I guess. Um, what are your thoughts on them bringing King Thanos gift shop to life?
well, it makes sense. Pull up the artwork, Mondo, if you can, in the background right now for the original concept art for what the building looked like with the big Avengers A behind it, like the big building with the ride that was going to be behind it after they added it eventually.
Ooh,
But it makes sense because if you look at that concept artwork um, of the Avengers headquarters building, all the entrance that the guests would actually walk in is on the right hand side.
damn. So
So
none of that got constructed, is what happened.
yeah, well so this was the
Wow,
original.
dude. Real quick, Danny. Now that you bring this up, it is devastating what we got. I didn't. I haven't looked at this in a long time. We didn't
So,
get. Oh my god! I'm trying not to cuss. We didn't get nothing.
so don't leave this screen right here because I want to talk about real quick. So if you look at where the Quinjet is and then the A right below it, our building is shoved off, cut off right there. None of that stuff on the right side exists. At D23 Expo, they showed us everything in front. So everything in the foreground, they showed in front. Like so the building. They go back to that real quick, Mondo.
Yeah, I'm bringing. It's an article from the Orange County Register. Let me bring it up real quick. Here we go, dude. Oh my god! I almost want to do a video on this tomorrow. This is insane, dude. When you
So
look back,
they, at D23 Expo, they showed us the building and then this stuff on the side. They actually said at D23 Expo too that would be character meet and greets, but also it would be the entrance to the ride. So, and then they showed us that, and then the thing on the right hand side, but there was no Avengers building in the background. That wasn't there. And then they said that it would be open in phases, and that the second phase of Avengers Campus would open with the Quinjet ride, and then they showed the same artwork but with the building on it, and so they could kind of give us an idea what the sight lines would look like once they built that ride. But of course, as we know, they canceled the ride and never built it. Which doesn't really make sense as to why the Quinjet's there now because the ride was a Quinjet ride. So now the Quinjet's just there for looks, I guess. But that was supposed to be like character meet and greets in there. So that's why I was so confused, Mondo, when we saw those like sliding doors on the Avengers headquarters building, because I thought there still was some character meet and greets in there, but there really isn't anything in there. So, but maybe they're going to build that stuff on the right hand side, and it'll be a gift shop. Because, in all honesty, I don't know if you guys have been in the Avengers Superstore lately in Hollywoodland, but not a lot of people go back there. A, because they don't know it's there, and B, no one knows what it is. So they're losing out on selling a lot of merchandise because there's only two really small locations of selling Avengers themed merch, and that's like a big opportunity for them. Obviously, they have the Tivon like collectors shop, whatever, at the exit of the ride, but that too in and of itself is like kind of out of the way unless you're going on the ride. So there's like missed opportunities for them to sell, and like most people like that, even that I've brought in as like a guest that haven't been in very often, They go on Avengers Campus and they see that little cart that's by Web Slingers that has all the Avengers stuff on it, and they're like, "This is all they sell in Avengers." They're like, "That's it." And I'm like, "Oh no, there's like a store, but it's like around the corner." And like most people wouldn't even think of that, right? They're not going to go out of their way. So,
Dude, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the difference.
yeah.
Dude, there's a big difference between this shot and this shot.
But if you go back, we don't even have that. We don't even have that.
Damn. Dude, this I gotta do a video on this alone tomorrow, Daddy. This is nuts.
The one that's there, we don't even have that. Like there's just a flat wall right there. There's not even like a like they're showing like Black Widow like running on some fake wall that doesn't even exist there.
Yeah, and Captain America like jumping, going after her, or they're maybe attacking somebody. I don't know. Some show we never got, I guess you could say. Dude, wow. And look, Danny, I don't see no gift shop there in that picture. There's no gift shop there. The one that we're looking at right now, right above me right here.
Yeah, no.
No gift shop. There's a gift shop here. I don't doubt there's a gift shop in that one. Damn. Dude, anything that got brought to the table originally with Avenger Campus nothing's the same at all. Whatever it originally got approved and budgeted and whatever, and then when construction started happening, Chapek, whatever else has happened, it's not even the same. Not even the same at all. Full Throttle want either Rhodes or Reigns to go to Universal. That'd be sick. Is the main event already happening? Is it happening right now? Who do you think's going to win Full Throttle? We got Ian Grimm. Epic Universe Super Nintendo World has an expansion pad with some speculate will be Pokemon. Bring that to Hollywood. Yeah. Dude.
Dude, the fact that Universal Studios Japan has a Pokemon parade, like game over. That would just do so well here. It's not even funny how well that would do here.
Yes. The fact that the Pokemon has already landed in the parade, you can't tell me that there's not a Pokemon land coming to life. It's for sure. Like, it's infinite money, dude. Infinite money, Ian. I hope our expansion, the first one in Hollywood, is Pokemon. I love Donkey Kong. I love Zelda. I love all the other stuff. But no, Pokemon it's like, dude, people, they could care less about the rest of the theme park. They're coming for Pokemon. Like, just that fan base alone is ridiculously from like a 4-year-old to 80-year-olds. Like, you have everybody in that age group that loves Pokemon that would visit just for that reason. UFC Greg, gifting membership 5 bars. Heck yeah, Greg. And it went a Full Throttle. Let's go. Camille says, I made the mistake of booking my husband's early access under his new name and the tickets under his old name, and they said they can't change the name on the ticket. So just so you all know, double check. I just have a feeling Universal's really good with stuff like that. They'll figure it out for you. I don't think there'll be any issues or anything like that. How come they don't have Boo-themed cotton candy? Dude, they should. They really should. I agree. I freaking agree. Rick Nick with the super chat. Where's our Last of Us world? All I'm asking for. Did you get into Last of Us, Danny?
I just watched the first episode because I lost my access to HBO Max. So.
Oh my gosh. Damn. I'm not on the Last of Us like that hard, but I do hope it comes to Horror Nights. I don't know, a Last of Us world. I don't know, dude. I almost feel like Walking Dead would have like a precedence, because Walking Dead is like, they've been established for a long time, and their fan base is huge. I could imagine if The Last of Us season 2 comes fast, it's gonna grow for sure. Chemo Dog YT, I just want to say happy birthday to you. I hope you had a wonderful day, and to many more, my friend. Is Disney shareholder just going to more talk and no action? tomorrow. Just saying. Ooh, we're gonna be listening in. I might go live for that. Anything theme park related coming tomorrow, Danny, or is it just gonna be more about Iger saving $5 billion because that's probably the only thing that matters to them right now? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're going to talk about layoffs. Potentially, maybe he shares more details on the Pandora experience or Avatar experience that's coming. Um, in addition to what they've already shared, I mean, it's kind of funny because he announced the Avatar experience, said that more details would come soon, and then we had that D23 article post, but that G23 article was like this huge feature, and it literally told us absolutely nothing. It was like the biggest article
It
of
sounds
nothing.
like D23.
It was like the biggest article of nothing. It was just all the actors saying like, "Wow, we're so excited! How cool this is going to be! Like, this
There's
is amazing!
Avatar coming to Disneyland
Wow,
Resort.
so cool!" And like zero details of like whatever it was going to be.
It's gonna
So
be a land. It's gonna be a ride, a restaurant. You know what I mean?
a
And Danny,
walkthrough, like what? What is it going to be?
we better, if Avatar Experience comes, I don't care what it is. We need Avatar food, just like Saltoli Canteen. Am I saying that right?
I think it's the Thule Canteen.
Satuli Canteen. Gosh, it's good. It would probably be my number one restaurant in all of Disneyland. If we got something similar to that restaurant over here, would Satoli Canteen be the number one restaurant for you, Danny, if it came to Disneyland?
Yes,
Without a doubt, huh?
without a doubt.
Dude, I want their snacks. Their desserts are always
I
so
would eat
good.
there every time. Every time.
Yeah, it'd be hard to eat anywhere else, honestly. Uh, what does Avengers Campus in Paris have that Avenger Campus at DCA does not? So I actually had a chance to talk to somebody who was from Disney Cruise Line at Princess Night, and he was from Paris, and he said our Avenger Campus absolutely destroys their Avenger Campus. He said their Avenger Campus, the character meet and greet and the situation, or just like the opportunities to meet characters, is very minimal to the continual character meet and greets that you get in Avenger Campus here. Also, too, he said from the show aspect, we just have it way better than whatever they have in Paris. And then the ride, he's like Web Slingers is not the best, but I enjoy that a lot more than Iron Man ride. I guess I don't even know what they call it over there, but he says ours is way better. Real quick, off topic, did you buy a WWE belt? I've never seen so many people wearing championship belts in my life over there at WrestleMania. And I finally saw a stand that sold the belts. Danny, the cheapest belt was 400.
Oh my god!
No, I did not buy a belt. I'm not that into wrestling. Maybe if you caught me when I was like 13 years old, I would have bought one. But no, dude, they had a Dodger one that was 600. I was trying to convince Villain to do it, but yeah, dude, it's too much. It's too much. Um, yeah, it's just too much. Just give me the ability to walk inside the merch or the mech suit, and I'll be happy, man. That's all I need from Avatar Experience. Okay, I see that. I see that. What's up, Killer Tech? Happy Sunday. We got Kathy. I feel like Disney Magic Bands just fizzled. Your thoughts? Magic Band versus Power Band. I won't get into the Power Band Magic Band talk because the Power Band just absolutely destroys a Magic Band. But where are we with Magic Band Plus? Did Disneyland themselves give up on the experience? Why is it not already integrated into the hotel experience? I don't get it, Danny. Why aren't Magic Bands being mailed to people that are going to have their once in a lifetime trip at a Disneyland hotel, you know? To me, I used to see it on social media all the time as like people buying Magic Bands when they're going to Florida. Like that started your whole hype train, you know? You would get your Magic Bands in the mail, hype you up, you know, you got 3 more months until my trip. None of that is happening at Disneyland. Super missed opportunity. I think right now magic bands at this point in time are like worthless. I don't wear mine. I don't even care to charge it. Do I want my $40 back? Probably. Where are you at with things, Danny? That's how I feel. It probably sounds very brutal, but it's the honest truth. I don't know if other people feel that way, but where are you at with it?
Um, I think there's a lot of potential with Magic Band. When you think about Power Band, the idea of Power Band is so different. Like I don't know, I hate how people like compare them because they're not even like the same, right? In all reality, the Power Band is a Nintendo souvenir, right? It's a Nintendo like merchandise. Like it's an amiibo. So just like you would go to a store and buy an amiibo at Target or like GameStop or whatever. That's really what it is. It just has additional functionality inside Super Nintendo World and Universal Studios. Has nothing to do with the theme park at all whatsoever. It's strictly Nintendo merchandise. So comparing the two, like it doesn't make sense because it's not even the same, right? And the base of it all, the Magic Band, if you're looking at it from a Walt Disney World perspective, it's your payment, it's
It's
your
your
fast,
everything, dude.
it's your lightning lane, it's your ticket, it's your ability to open your hotel room door. It's everything. And then the plus ups of interacting with statues and doing the bounty hunter experience, those are all just add-ons, right? And they can keep adding on to the experience, which makes it better. For me, it's all about convenience. Like, and there's not a lot of the convenience. Like, unfortunately, like magic bands were a lot more convenient when everyone could have fast pass for free, right? Because you could pretty much you would remember it every single time because you didn't want to have to get your ticket out or your phone
Or you
to
lose your ticket.
yeah. And then but now with lightning lane, right, not everyone does it every single time, and unless you use like the DAS thing, which I don't use and you don't use, Mondo, we're not using lightning lane every single visit. So like we're not getting a lot of convenience there. But for me, I don't like bringing up my pass on my phone. So I hate bringing up my pass on my phone. It's not like Walt Disney World where you can just tap your phone and you don't have to do anything and it lets you in. We have to bring up a stupid app and then load your stupid pass on it, and half the time it doesn't load. And then the cast members have to hopefully align their camera with your stupid pass and your stupid app. Like it's the stupidest experience, and I hate it. And I like the Magic Band at least because I don't have to do anything. I just touch my Magic Band to the cast member's device, and that's to me why I like to wear it. And it's also like you can collect them, right? You got different characters on it and stuff like that. I just don't like the comparison to Power Band because it's not even like the same thing. The stuff for the shows, like the interactivity, that's neither here nor there, right? Because it's just like added
let,
functionality on it.
let me say something about Power Magic Band Plus. I think if they gave us a map on Disneyland app where the interactions are, where your Magic Band would come to life in Disneyland or California Adventure, if there's any over there, I think people would have a better experience. But the concept that Disneyland unveiled is let bloggers try to figure it out. Hey, let regular people just go up Haunted Mansion exit and have their wrist vibrate for no reason. It's just this whole like figure it out game, I think was a fail. Terrible fail. Um, I think for anybody that would buy a Magic Band to know where it interacts or where it could come to life would be cool because like, hey, I want this to come to life. I would go to the tree or this one spot in front of the castle or whatever. I think it was a big miss from that aspect where you buy a Magic Band and you're like, what does it do? Well, it interacts with World of Color or Wondrous Journey, or I don't know if it does Wondrous Journey. Uh,
Yeah, it does.
yeah,
It
it
does.
interacts with Wondrous Journey and World of Color.
And
So
I
say
think And I think it's important to mention too, like Mondo says, I never charge it and never bring it, right? If you're only using it for the convenience aspect of it, for your ticket in and out of there, or your pass in and out of Disneyland, you don't need to charge it. You only have to charge your Magic Band if you want to use the bounty hunter experience, or if you want it to do things that interact with your environment, whether that's the medallions and other things that they turned on for Disney 100, or it's the shows. If you don't care about any of that and you just want the convenience aspect of it, you don't ever have to charge it. You can just keep it in your bag at all times or keep it in your car and then just put it on when you're going into the parks and just use it for the admission, because the NFC chip inside the Magic Band doesn't need a battery. The
Or
battery is
or
for
the
the
lightning lanes. The lightning, even a
yeah,
dead one would work.
yeah, another good point, Mondo. Yeah, if you're doing it for Lightning Lane, like redeem, like at the rides that you're going on, you don't need battery for that either. You only need battery for things that require Bluetooth. So, like connecting it to your phone to like change different things on it, or any of the interactive stuff. That's what you need to charge it for. So, if you only want the convenience factor of it, just buy the cheapest one, like one of the color ones, and then
Yeah.
you don't ever have to charge it. Just keep it in your bag.
One thing too about magic bands at Disneyland, they kind of didn't become like a collectible. How like in Florida, uh, I felt like there was this like, oh, I want that one and this one and that one. Maybe it was the price point aspect because a lot of magic bands, not the Magic Band Plus, Magic Band, were like in the $20 range, 25. Once you bump it up to the 45s or 50s for some of those Magic Band Plus, I think you're tripping Disneyland. You're freaking. I rather go eat at a Lamplight Lounge at $50. We got a super chat from regular Josh one. Speaking on Magic Bands, wasn't there supposed to be a lot of integration of those in Toontown? I remember hearing about that. Danny's the perfect person that could explain this real quick. Go in a little bit of detail of that, Danny. I
Yeah,
know you mentioned it before, but we'll go into it now.
yeah. Regular Josh, if you watched my Toontown video, um, I actually talk about it there. But when Mondo and I were at D23 Expo, they had all the Imagineers standing around the Toontown model and the Splash Mountain model, so that you could ask them questions about the different things that were coming, and they could share what they could share, right? And I did ask the lead, one of the lead Imagineers that was on the Toontown project at D23, if Magic Band interactivity was coming to Toontown, and he mentioned that when they had originally made plans to redo Toontown, which apparently these plans are pretty old, um, they did not know that Magic Bands were coming to Disneyland. They weren't. It wasn't on the table yet. They weren't planned to come to the resort. So it was kind of like a last minute decision to bring the Magic Bands to Disneyland. So he said they had already blue skied and developed everything for Toontown before Magic Bands even existed. So he said it is part of their long term plan to add Magic Band interactivity to Toontown, but that it may not be right away. And so I did see that same Imagineer on opening weekend of Toontown, and I asked him the same question. I said, "Hey, I didn't see any interactivity from Magic Band," and he said, "It is still coming, but it's not there yet." So, but like we saw already at the beginning of this Speculation Sunday show, there's a lot of stuff that's closed, right? Like they talked about the fountain coming to life at night with music and lights, right? That hasn't happened yet. The Toontown fountain has not done that yet. And in fact, if you get up and close inside the fountain, there's a bunch of elements in the fountain that don't even work. Like there's like shells in it, there's flowers in it that have some sort of like either a place to hold a light bulb or another spout that's not working for like extra water effects, and none of those things are working. And
Nothing.
you can see that in Mondo's video from Toontown, from
We
my
waited to see it at night, and we got nothing, Danny.
yeah. So I feel like with Toontown, they were heavily delayed with just the amount of really bad weather we got. I think they anticipated on they probably delayed a lot of the stuff they needed to work on the outside until later in the year of its closure. and they kind of got burned for that because all the stuff that they had saved to work on at the end of the closure when they were supposed to open, it got rained out. Every single week they tried to do stuff, and they had to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And then Disney pushed the entrance date back, and it still wasn't enough. I mean, during that whole pushback period, it rained almost the whole time during that pushback period. So the extension really didn't give them all that much to work on. So I think there's a lot in Toontown that's going to continue to evolve, and it's going to continue to be a space that is changing, right? I think they're going to bring a lot of changes to it that we haven't seen yet. We don't even have Max's treehouse. It's in this artwork right here. That doesn't even, if you scroll down a little bit more, Mondo, actually right there, all that doesn't exist. It's there. All of this is there in Toontown, but none of the details are there. You can see the big drapery that's over that where the slides are. Those poles that hold up all that stuff are there, but there's nothing hung on it. So they're still waiting for a lot of things that are not there yet. Any of that stuff that's hanging above, that's not there. The the
The
like little net,
clothes, the
it's
little like the line of clothes right above the slide area. That's none of that's there.
yeah, and they actually pointed that out a lot in the Toontown model because one of the clothing items is a Powerline costume, which is another reference back um, to the Goofy movie, which is there's a lot of references to the Goofy movie now in Goofy's house. So there's a lot of things I think that's going to continue to change, but Magic Band interactivity is going to come for sure. I don't know that it's going to be a lot, but they'll at least have like one or two things, I would imagine. They don't really need it everywhere, right? But if they have, like Mondo said, if they have like, the statue here in this land and they have this over here in Toontown, if there's like
Yeah,
at least one or two things in every land, I feel like that's enough to make people kind of want to go try it all.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. If Disneyland came out with like a promotion that said from April to June, if you buy a power band or a Magic Band Plus, it'll come with Lightning Lane for the day. I think that a lot of people would probably buy and have a really good experience with the Magic Band if they did that. Because hey, I'm gonna use it. I know I have Disney Genie Plus today, and hey, photos is included. Go get your photos. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
people would have a really good experience. And I think there would be no negativity about Magic Bands at all. People would love it. People would be like, hey, I want to experience that same day that I had when I came 5 months ago. Because I feel like a lot of people that would buy a Magic Band are like the people coming for 3 days, staying at the hotel and whatever. I
Hmm.
think if Disney included Disney Genie Plus with a purchase of Magic Band, they would skyrocket in sales. I really believe that because it gives you a
There,
reason to use it. You're going to enjoy it because you're getting on shorter waits. You're going to get photos. It makes your trip amazing instead of like the negativity that we were talking about. What are you going to say, Danny?
um, Bubs and J Dubs in the chat said, "Are those birdhouses in Goofy's backyard supposed to be interactive?" Mondo knows about that because he also talked to an Imagineer on opening day, but a different one than I talked to, who shed some light on that because those birdhouses are there, and the decorative base that they're supposed to sit on is not there. They just have some temporary plywood there that they painted like yellow to match it, so that's not done yet. And Mondo, you can talk about what it's actually supposed to do.
There's three birdhouses right there, and they are supposed to be interactive. And I think the concept was that you're supposed to knock on them. Uh, each birdhouse is a bird. It's like a themed Easter egg to a bird that exists in Disneyland. And for example, one of them's Haunted Mansion, and one of them is the Tiki Room. I won't say the third. There's a third one, but that's what they were supposed to be. I'm guessing that is still coming to life. I think at the end of the day, we have to look at Toontown more as this will be completed like by May. That's what I think. Because where is this, Danny? I can't go to this. My little kids can't go to this. This don't even exist right now. There's still a lot not done. There's still a lot missing. I think for Toontown it was more like, hey, we got spring break coming. We got these ticket sales and this demand. We got to just make it happen. And sorry, Imagineers, we're opening. That's literally how it feels, and it probably went down like that. We got a question right here from Ben. Just out of curiosity, with the demand of Super Nintendo World, is the rest of the park a ghost town, or is it still constantly busy? It's still an S show. You would think it would be empty, dude. It's horrible. And when I say horrible, I mean like everything's 1 hour. Everything's like 90 minutes for the bigger rides like Simpsons or Transformers or even Mummy and Jurassic. Uh, they for sure bumped up capacity at Universal Studios Hollywood, and the crowds are there everywhere. But I will say, Ben, and I said this last week, if you are willing to stay there from like 8 to 10 o'clock at night, the park is like a pack meter 3 out of 10. You could have a good time those last 2 hours. You know, the things that you've been wanting to do, knock it out in those last 2 hours. We got a super chat, USC Greg. Let's go. My speculation, DVC. Oh my gosh, we haven't talked about that. Gosh, I've been saving the conversation with Danny. We haven't really gone into it like outside of this. My speculation, DVC member lounge above launch bay Starview Station will be pretty empty come opening day, April 19th. It's a ploy for the DVC tower. I'm going to bring up that concept art, Danny. Talk about it real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that they need, right? They needed to have in Disneyland. They have multiple DVC member lounges inside Walt Disney World, and they don't have a DVC member lounge or like special area for DVC members at Disneyland. And it wasn't really that big of a deal before because, like I've mentioned before, and like we've talked about here, the Grand Californian Hotel at most has just around 71 villas in it, which isn't that much, and that's only if the 2-bedroom rooms are like fully sold separately, right? And most of the time they're not; they're sold together as a 2-bedroom. So, they have even less when it comes to that, right? And at any time, like there could be a room out for like repair or something, so you could have like way less rooms. So there just wasn't really a lot of guests that were vacationing at the Grand Californian Hotel or at Disneyland Resort using their points as regularly as they do at Walt Disney World, right? So they need to have, with Disneyland Hotel getting a new tower that has well over 300 villas, in addition to what the Grand already had. Now we're talking about a lot more availability for Disney Vacation Club guests to use their points to be able to vacation at Disneyland that might not have come before. And so they're used to going to Walt Disney World and having a lounge. So they need something similar at Disneyland because they would ask for it. They would want it. And my guess is this is probably a test to see kind of how utilized it's going to be, right? The Disney Vacation Club Villas Tower at Disneyland Hotel opens September 28th, but it's open to everyone for the first few months, right? They're during this opening period. I don't believe they're going to start offering it for points for Disney Vacation Club members where it's exclusive to DVC until 2024, like January, because they haven't, issued the new, like every year Disney Vacation Club members get like a booklet of what it costs from their points to stay at whatever resort in the whole world where everything's being offered, right? So they haven't included the Disneyland Hotel in that because they didn't know when it was going to open yet. So for the rest of 2023, that's why it's just available to book, like for money. But this lounge is important because they need people to, who are vacation club members to have a place. But I agree with the comment. I think it's going to be pretty paltry when it first opens because the tower's not open yet, really, like until summer, and and there's not too many vacation club members that vacation here, and is my guess on a daily basis. So I don't know. We'll see.
Weird. It's just a weird move. Uh this lounge does not look exciting. Just nothing in here in this concept art screams like I need to get a $30,000 land at DVC Disneyland. I don't know. It's just weird that like Launch Bay will get used for this. Really good benefit for DVC members. You have somewhere to just go chill every trip you come. Why not?
In the
Uh,
air conditioning when it's hot.
air conditioning when it's hot. Usually DVC lounges don't they have like drinks and stuff sometimes? You know, little snacks like finger food snacks and whatever.
When I've gone to the DVC member lounges in Florida, they don't have. They have a Coca Cola Freestyle machine that you can use for free. You don't have to like pay for it. So that
Mm-hmm.
was kind of nice. But they didn't have snacks. At least when I visited, that could be different now. I
But it's
don't
just
know.
drinks. Yeah, just drinks. Just drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can tell you this: those DVC rooms or plots of DVC for Disneyland, they're gonna sell out. There's a lot of people with money and a lot of people that love Disney with money. They're gonna sell out. Uh,
Yeah.
do they use the DVC lounge? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know. I wouldn't be able to give you updates. I'm not a DVC member. I heard too that like they're going to be really strict with who goes in there. Did you bring that up, Danny?
Yeah, yeah. I myself am not a vacation club member. My family is. So when you are buying into Disney Vacation Club, you're buying property, right? So there's a deed, right? Just like there is if when you own a house, so or like a chunk of land, there's a deed, right? So if your name isn't on, like you're not one of the deed holders, in the Disney Vacation Club, like if you're not with them in person as a guest, like you're not going in there. So even if like your parents or your family members are a Disney Vacation Club member, like the actual member that is the one that bought into it has to be there with you in order to go into that lounge. So um, it's it's going to be pretty strict, and they're going to check it with like driver's licenses and stuff like that. So they're wanting it to be an exclusive place, so that's what they're going to keep doing.
USC Greg brings up a good point. Maybe the birdhouses were supposed to be Magic Band interactive. I could see that. I could totally see that. Uh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. We got a super chat from Breck. I'm
He put
looking
a
out for
comment. He put a comment a little bit low.
but right after this, yeah, that's all I was gonna say. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Please look up Lagoon Amusement Park. Have you heard of the new $100 million ride in a giant dark ride mountain? Please go look it up. What in the? Have you heard of that? Lagoon Amusement Park? Never heard of it. Lagoon Amusement Park. Let's take a look. I don't even know what I'm looking for.
It's
Uh,
the first super chat from Breck Suval.
Thank you, Breck. I'm just looking up Google. Uh, Lagoon Amusement. Where is Lagoon Amusement Park in general? The
Uh,
heck? I don't even know, dude. Let me just look it up. It says right here. The Jumping Dragon. What is that? What it is?
Lagoon Amusement Park is in Farmington, Utah.
How do I get info? I guess I'll just put new dark ride. Maybe that'll come up. New dark ride. Lagoon plans on unveiling Primordial to riders in 2023. I'm guessing that must be it. Um, I don't know. I'll look into it. Breck, it's hard to find info. Do you know the name of this ride that you're speaking of? Post in the
Uh,
comments. I'll see if I can find it. But dude, I appreciate you supporting the fire, Breck. That's great. I always love hearing new theme parks like that. I've never heard of that one. Kaylee also with the super chat. What's your favorite Walt Disney World hotel? Also, a Toontown themed hotel at Disneyland Resort would be fire. It would be. People would stay in that in a heartbeat. uh, I haven't stayed at too many Walt Disney World hotels, but I've seen almost all of them. I've been inside all of them. Because one day when I was at Walt Disney World, I did a park hopping day with my homie Brett. Shout out to Brett the Schmoose. Um, we saw all of them. For me personally, I think like if I had a chance to choose where I would stay, I'd probably stay at the Polynesian like every single time. You have Ohana, the monorail. You could just go on the beach and watch fireworks. You have Trader Sam's there. You just have so much. That's where I would choose. What about you, Danny?
My favorite hotel is Disney's Contemporary Resort. Just because I have like a lot of memories attached to it. I love being able to just walk to a theme park, right? And so like you can't do that for the Magic Kingdom unless, well, you can with the Grand Floridian when they're not working on some of the stuff. But I just like the Contemporary. It's like I feel like I'm not at Disney World unless I'm at the Contemporary. So it's like the coolest hotel in my opinion, but it's expensive, so it's not something I always stay at. So as far as like the coolest hotel that you can actually like afford to stay at, probably like Port Orleans Riverside or Disney's Coronado Springs. Like those are affordable hotels and they're really nice.
Yeah.
They're really big, but those are really nice too. I really enjoy both of those, and Disney's Saratoga Springs too. That's really nice as well. So those are all pretty affordable options, and they are honestly like on par with like the amenities you get at the Disneyland hotel. So, and cheaper.
Yeah. A lot of the Walt Disney World hotels, they all have like their own charm to them. They're like attractions in themselves of the amenities, the food. Some have character dining, so it just depends on what you would like. But for me, Polynesian would be like that's all I need. I don't, you know how I could compare it to me? Like when you go to Vegas and you're at what was the one we stayed at? The last one with Demi, Aria.
Oh.
I could just do Aria and stay the whole Vegas trip in Aria. Everything is there. I don't have to go out and do anything else. Every restaurant, casino, whatever, it's all at the Aria. I could just stay there. That's how I feel about the Polynesia. Everything is there. And when I do have to venture out, I just take the monorail and boom, I'm at wherever I need to go. And then you could just use Skyliners from like wherever the monorail could take you. Uh, Let me see. Breck, he sent another super chat. Primordial. Primordial. Let me bring. Okay. I brought this up. Lagoons Primordial coming 2023. And it's just this giant mountain. you know, you know what this reminds me of? This is possibly something similar that could come to Hollywood, where it's like indoors and then outdoors. Like we were talking about that concept. This is it. This is like something like that. I don't know. I couldn't read all this right now, but I'll look into it, dude. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. I never heard of that. It's the first time I've heard of Primordial. But Breck, I appreciate you introducing to that and introducing us to that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
By fires, Breck. To keep going, let me see. I'm just reading through. It sucks that something that was once accessible to everyone is now being turned away into an exclusive lounge area. Not a fan of that. Weird. I agree. I have nothing to say to that. Then I totally agree, man. Totally agree. Uh, Man, Breck, if that looks cool, I would love to just go out there to do that one ride. $100 million ride. That's crazy. Um, Let me see. I'm just reading through. I'm trying to catch up. Did Breck send another super chat? Oh my god, I'm kind of behind, but damn, let's go, dude. I appreciate you, Breck. I'll look into Lagoon Amusement Park. That's crazy. First time literally hearing about that one. Ohana is Five Fires. That so good, so freaking good. Um, Danny, is there anything you would want to or wanted to get into, just not related to anything we've been talking about that we've missed?
Yeah, I sent you a few tweets. I talked about. So um, I was walking through the hotels this weekend as I was filming an update for Design Resort. I wanted to focus more on the hotels. I didn't think I would run into anything at the Grand Californian because there's not a lot going on there usually, at least right now because they don't have anything planned. But I ran into this giant, massive tree, and it's not Christmas, over at the Grand Californian's lobby, sitting in the middle where they normally have like this really ornate flower display on a table. Um, it worries me a little bit that this tree is in a box sitting on top of handmade carpet that's one of a kind. That's the only thing that really worries me, because that carpet's already been replaced once when the lobby of the hotel burned down, when they turned on all the water and destroyed the carpet. But hopefully the tree is not going to make too much of a mess. But I posted on Twitter, like, I didn't know why it was there. I said maybe it's like an Easter spring thing. And then someone tweeted in response saying it was probably related to Earth Day. Um, and then I got some more clarification from someone that was in the know. And there's an additional tweet I sent you, Mondo, as a follow up. If you could pull that up, because I can't remember the reference of it.
I got it right
But
here.
this that tree is called a strawberry tree, which I never even knew there was a thing called strawberry trees. And that specific tree in the lobby is 85 years old, and it will be there for the entire Earth Month. And the tree is known for those bell-shaped flowers that you see. Like, I've seen those flowers before. I didn't know where they came from, but it's known for those pretty tree flowers. So it's supposedly going to have it like all over the tree soon. So it might be pretty like a really cool thing to see in the lobby. And they probably will make like a deal with it, like with the whole plaque and everything. Um, like, showcasing it for Earth Month. The Grand Californian is not a stranger to Earth Month celebrations. The stuff that they usually do is for hotel guests only, like little activities. Like, they usually do like a ladybug release in the gardens with like young kids and stuff for the guests that are staying there. So this is cool. They've already got Easter treats going on in the little cafe that they've have set up in the lobby. But I would imagine we'll probably see it transition to some Earth Day stuff as we enter Earth Month. So it's cool that they're doing something. It's very weird to see a tree in the middle of a lobby, but I just thought that was worth mentioning. It's kind of interesting.
I love when Disney does stuff like this. It's so weird to see this random box tree just thrown in there. I almost want.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean. I was gonna say this is cooler than Toontown.
The only thing
I was gonna
I was
say.
gonna say when I was researching the tree, Mondo, this is the only thing that someone said the carpet's gonna get wrecked. And when I was researching the tree and I found that picture of the flowers, it said that the flowers are sticky and make a mess. And it said like I was researching on a website like if you want to plant this tree in your yard, and then it said don't plant it on ornate decorative cement, because it might stain it. And it said don't plant it near a pool because it'll make a mess in your pool. And I'm like, what is it going to do on handmade carpet that's like one of a kind?
I will say I love when Disney does the Earth Month and something cool themed to it and changing with the seasons. I love when they do that. Good luck to people that maintenance the carpets and all that, but man, that's crazy. You would think they would think of that. I'm not sure if this is another super chat, but Breck, thank you, man. Bars. He also said they have a trailer on YouTube. Just type in Primordial Lagoon Amusement Park. It's the video with the giant ass animatronic dragon that blows fire at you. What? I'm pretty sure it's copyright, so I won't show it here. But what? The hell? I can promise you, Breck, I'm gonna watch it after this. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. That's a cool tree though, Danny. I like it. I like that there's something cool like that.
And Jen Arredondo says, so the lobby's going to be closed in May for carpet refurb.
Hey, maybe this was part of the plan. They're like, how can we get Disney to budget a new carpet in this lobby? Throw that strawberry tree in the middle, and then once it's done, they're going to have to do it. They're just going to have to change it.
Michael Wolfson brings up a good point. That looks better than the Toontown tree.
That's what I was saying. I didn't want to say it. But
but why don't we just take it from the lobby and then put it in Toontown, and we can get rid of that other one.
Dude, crazy.
It's funny though that with this tree in the lobby, like just seeing the Grand do different things. But I was saying with the carpet, like when the lobby burned down, and I don't even remember what year that was, and the lobby was essentially destroyed. It was so bad, like because it caught fire, so like the sprinkler system turned on like it's supposed to, right? But it ruined everything in the lobby because of the sprinklers. All the wood floor in the Grand's lobby like buckled. It was all buckled because the wood just was wrecked from all the water. But they took all the carpet out, and they just had a plain gray carpet in the Grand for like such a long time because this is literally handmade carpet. So they were like having the artisans that make another carpet. But the problem is that this carpet is intricately made to match exactly the design that's on the marble that's around the outside of it. Because it's like, if you've been in the Grand Lobby, it's like carpet in the middle and then marble and then wood floor. So the marble design blends into the carpet like perfectly. And so when they put the new carpet back in after the fire, it didn't match the marble. So then they had to send it back and get it remade again. And like, so they had this gray carpet for like over a year in the Grand California. So I was like, man, they're going to do this again.
That's crazy, dude. Well, I'm just going to speculate. There's a new carpet coming to Grand California this year. I wouldn't doubt it. Real quick, Alyssa says, what about Stranger Things Land for Epic Universe? I feel like it would bring them a lot of revenue. It for sure would. Anybody that brings Stranger Things to life in any form, like physical form, especially at a theme park, it would moneymaker without even thinking about it. Just today, I just want to bring this up because I feel like it's very big news. Halloween Horror Nights, the construction is incredible. The pace that they're going at is insane. This is a house that's going to be at Mel's Diner, which is Parisian Courtyard. And then just to kind of give a better look into it, this facade is going to be something cool. I don't know what it could be, but it's coming to life. They also put up another tent now at Curious George. This is where they had last year's, oh my gosh, Scarecrow. Is that what it was called? I think it was called Scarecrow. And then this, whatever the heck this is the other Curious George. This is where Halloween was. Some people were saying that the reason there's a box above right there, like an opening, is because Chucky's going to go there. And Chucky's going to be talking smack to people once again. I don't know. I wasn't here or like blogging Horror Nights during that time period, but that Chucky used to talk smack to people at the entrance, and somebody got offended, or a group, or just over time people complaining, and Chucky got axed. Like, that whole concept was gone. I wonder if they try to bring that back and this is it. Would it work in the 2023 era? I would have to say people would probably still get offended and complain, and then Chucky would get taken out. I have a feeling he's just going to be up there talking to people. That's what I think. If this is Chucky, I don't know. For all we know, it could be something else. But that's the Halloween Horror Night construction happening as of right now. Posted a vlog on it if you guys want to check it out. But that's just like the quick just recap of all of that. Rick Nick with the super chat. Been starting to make my own flour avocado oil tortillas. It reminds me on how good the fresh tortillas were at Mission Tortilla Factory. Is that something in a theme park? I don't even know.
The Mission Tortilla Factory used to be in DCA where the Ghirardelli is.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Man, I haven't thought of that in a long time. Dude, that's cool that you're making your own tortillas. We actually have too many tortillas right now. We overbought by accident, and and then Mystery Vay's mom made tortillas. So I was like, oh my god, we gotta eat tacos or burritos or something. But Trader Joe's, if you guys ever go to Trader Joe's, there's these tortillas that have like fire around them. And I know we're Five Fires, but these tortillas are the best tortillas that I've ever had at a supermarket. What are they called? I don't know what they're called, but they're just really good.
Are they the thick like Mediterranean ones?
No. Those are good too. They're called tortillas del comal. We should have known just by that name they were going to be good. But yeah, they're tortillas del comal. They're freaking delicious. We got Breck with another super chat. Breck, oh my gosh. I just want to say thank you, man. Coming out of nowhere. Five Fires, Breck. Appreciate your kindness and support, my friend.
Do you have, Mondo, you have decap emojis? Yeah, though?
We got decap emojis. Big shout out to freaking Benji, dude. Let me put those on. So if you're wondering what the heck decap is, it's hard to see, but if you like screenshot it and see it, it literally says.
Yeah, I was like looking at it, decap, and it has the old DCA logo.
Yeah, if you screenshot and look into it, you can see it. It says decap with the bear. Shout out to Benji. Faith Keeper says speculation rumors is that the Weeknd is coming back this year. I keep hearing that too. I'm just open-minded. I don't even like. It's hard to like not be excited because John Murdy could make anything awesome. So we got to go through the walkways of whatever he brings to life before we make an opinion. But hey, if the Weeknd came back, I'll tell you, Halloween Horror Nights will be busy as hell again. It was so funny, but I can see how people would get hurt. Yeah, I never got to be smack talked by Chucky, so I can't give that experience. Angie says loved when the free tortillas was flour, but when it was corn, we would skip the tour. I didn't even know they did both. Dang, I always got the flour.
People be hating on corn.
Hey, I'm just saying I'm team flour too, so I'm just throwing it out there. I even like my tacos with flour tortillas. Dude, Breck, thank you. I appreciate you, Breck. Kathy says, I saw the Chucky show back in the day, and all I could say was pretty raunchy. Lots of your mama jokes. Man, mama jokes have left the building. I don't even know the last time someone said a mama joke. You know what I mean? Like, yo, mama. I don't know. It's totally out of date. You know what's funny? I just want to bring this up. I follow this guy named Nostalgic Latino. Shout out to him on Instagram. And I watched a reel and then something else got recommended that was like 90s kids. And they were talking, it was like a reel that was, I don't know if you ever heard of Red Rover. Do you ever heard of Red Rover, Danny?
Like in what aspect?
Kids would like hold their arms.
Oh, okay, so like the kid game, yeah.
And then like you would run through the arms, like that was the game. You know, there was no Wi-Fi and cell phones and social media back then. So it's just funny to think of like, I guess like pre-2000, maybe 2005, how like things have changed tremendously. And then like another one was like people used to do like a little triangle with paper, and you would play like football with it. It's,
Oh yeah.
we don't do none of that stuff no more. I guess we're all older too. We're not, kids, but I don't know what kids are doing out in this world. I closed the thing. But yeah, just weird to think that I guess I'm getting old. I don't know how else to think about
We
it.
got a super. Yeah, go ahead.
Donovan, hey Mondo, I'm working at Jungle Cruise. I'm doing more training tomorrow. I've already mastered Tiki Room. Wow. I didn't know that was like a cross training from like Jungle Cruise and Tiki Room. That's cool. Well, good luck to you, my friend. I hope you come up with the best bad good jokes for Jungle Cruise Skipper. Oh man. Heck yeah.
Arlene gifted another membership, this time to Alyssa Vermette. So, Alyssa, you can now also use the decap emoji.
Let's go. Let's go. Heck yeah. I'm just catching up. I'm catching up. Thank you, Arlene. 5 fires. I just want to talk real quick with Not Scary Farm. I've been trying to like hear the whispers of what's going on. I feel like it's a whole lot of nothing right now. It's just too early, I guess. But once I hear something, I would love to do a live stream specific to Not Scary Farm. But at this point in time, no plans, no plans at all. Red Rover, come let Mondo come over. That's funny. But with Knott's, they expanded the Boysenberry Festival, and when I saw that, I thought that was a really good thing because that means it's successful. And I don't want to say Knott's wasn't being successful, but they're going back on the right path. That the demand keeps increasing, and entertainment came back for Boysenberry Festival. So all these things are really good to hear, especially since Fiesta Village is supposed to be a summer thing. So I hope the momentum keeps building for Knott's Berry Farm into Fiesta Village reopening. I'll be doing tons of videos on whatever the heck all that's going to be about. But I know that the Dragon Swing ride, I saw Knott's Network post about it, that reopened finally. So slowly but surely, Fiesta Village is going to be opening, and I can't wait to cover it. I was trying to go to Knott's this week, but just living the dad life and doing the stuff I had to do, I couldn't make it out there. But I will for sure be make it a priority to go back to Knott's this coming week. I've been peeking in the walls and haven't seen anything. Yeah, there's nothing. It's the truth. I just, as much as I want to talk a lot, I'm even wearing my Knott's shirt today. It's hard. There's just not a lot going on. Not a lot going on. Mondo, are you going to Walt Disney World? No, I actually sadly canceled all my reservations. I'll be out there if Disney 100 does anything. I will be there day one. What were you gonna say, Danny?
I was going to say, since we were talking about Knott's, I wanted to mention, since we didn't talk about it on the show yet, that Knott's Berry Farm has extended the Boysenberry Festival. So it is now going to be every day through April 16th. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 21st through 23rd, April 28th through 30th, and then May 5th through 7th. So a little bit more times to go ahead and do the Boysenberry Festival. And this is because they had so many days that they were rained out, right? And it just wasn't, there was such bad weather during this particular Boysenberry Festival season that, Knott's doesn't do good with weather. So they either close early or close the park entirely. So it really, it doesn't really bode well for a festival that's all outside with like, vendors that have these really cool shops in the craft fair and, outdoor entertainment like the Knott's Berry Preserved show. So, it's cool that they're giving people the opportunity to go all the way through May now. So it's kind of nice because it's like it's actually going beyond what the Food and Wine Festival is even at this point. So
yeah, May 7th, last day, which is awesome. That's freaking awesome, dude. Um, oh no, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. April 21st through May 7th. That's crazy. I like that. I like that. I that's cool. I really I just like that because Boysenberry Festival is like my favorite. That's my favorite out of the food festivals they do. Regular Josh One super chat. Just wanted to mention about Knott's to anybody wondering where the old Betsy train is. Dude, what? You got some info? She will return currently being refurbished. Dude, Knott's
Hmm.
put money into that? That's cool. I'm glad you said that, Josh, because I've been saying that in my videos, and I always hope that like somebody comments like, when I ask a question in a video. So thank you. I didn't know that. I'm guessing you'll be here for summer. That's my guess, but that's cool. That's freaking cool, dude. Thank you, Josh. And it was nice seeing you that other day at Knott's, dude. Star Wars month is the only thing that matters. We have heard zero about Star Wars month. They just brought it up through Scott Gustin, and Disneyland themselves have said nothing. So it's like weird, really weird. Accelerator finally opened again. Oh no, is finally gonna open. No, I
No.
think Accelerator is like a next year thing, dude. I know nobody wants to hear that, but I wouldn't doubt that it's a next year thing. Um, Let me see. The real question: has Knott's fixed the boysenberry cheese sauce? Probably not, Benji. I said it in my video. I'll say it here on Speculation Sunday. Stay away from that boysenberry cheese sauce. It just does not hit. It just does not hit good. When will we be seeing updates on Throwback Night at Disney, food, special events, etc.? Um, how close are we to these after dark events? Aren't we like around the corner? Um,
Yeah, I think
I'll bring it up
isn't
right now.
Throwback Nights first?
Yeah, Throwback
Um,
Night is like wow, still available for Throwback Night. Damn. That's not the that Disneyland does not like seeing that. What are we looking at here? I'll just go to select tickets. What are the dates? What are the dates? Wow, both days are available. Shocked by that. So the 18th and the 20th. I have a ticket, and honestly, if I could just sell it to somebody for its face value, I probably am. And if I can't, I'll live stream that day. I don't care to do a vlog.
honestly, if it's still not sold out as we get closer to the event, that could be a pretty cool event if you're wanting to go on rides because that's the same thing that happened on reunion night.
Yeah, the grad night.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As far as we know, grad night is still early admission, a fireworks show, gaze upon fantasy in the sky. It's the 1958 show. Characters, music that's 50s and 60s. Yeah. 50s and 60s. Strike a pose. After hour access to attractions. Theme foods. And then your keepsake, which is usually something you just throw away at the end of the day. Um, yeah. I there's not a lot going on here.
Not a lot going on.
I'm after darked out. The concept of after darks, I'm just after darked out. I'm even at the point where like even Oogie Boogie, I kind of don't care. I know it sounds mean to say that, but I just kind of don't. There's been
Yeah, I mean
rumor.
we're gonna.
I was gonna say, Danny, there's been rumor that characters are returning from last year, and when I heard that, I was kind of like, why? Move on. Even Ernesto, as great as he was, keep the fire coming with new. If that's the case, you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm after Dark Tower. What were you gonna say, Danny?
I was gonna say, seeing as how Five Fires covers everything Halloween, you gotta do it just because it's Halloween. Like Halloween times when Five Fires comes alive. So
It is true. I didn't even go day one to Oogie Boogie. I chose Horror Nights, which was a great
I know
decision.
because we had freaking D23 ruining everything
Oh
that
my god,
week.
D23 too. No D23 this year.
Yeah,
Um,
not this year, thankfully.
somebody put in the comments a while ago. Uh, do you think there's going to be a trickle down effect from the Bob Iger conversation tomorrow that actually leads in a theme park? I would imagine so, and I would say mainly because budgets. I think that's where I don't. Who knows about layoffs and all that? I couldn't even tell you. Bob Iger's the only one that knows. But I think the concept of budgets. I think that's where it hits Disneyland Resort. That's where it would hit. What do you think? Any trickle down effect to Disneyland?
Um, the only thing I could see maybe is that like we see more characters like get cut, right? Like some of the characters we see walking around, some entertainment things. I mean, Disney's kind of already really cut a lot of the entertainment anyway. So, but another thing we see with cutbacks are shops and things just not open anymore. And in fact, we already had a casualty like that, right? The Radiator Springs Curio shop in Carsland never reopened after the pandemic ever. And it's still to this day not open. In fact, they've just turned the front porch into a place where you can buy soda. And that's basically all that it is now. You can't go in the store anymore. They probably just use it for storage. And that was cool because that was like a really unique store at Carsland. But that's what we'll see. We'll see some like kind of off the beaten path stores like shut down and or just have limited hours and like be open only in the morning and then like close at night. Restaurants like that aren't that popular do the same thing. That's where we'll see it affect Disneyland. Other than that, I don't really think we'll see that much.
Like I could see Boardwalk Pizza just close. Like they're just like, hey, we're closing this. That's one I could see them
Yeah,
just close.
yeah, it could be open for like lunch, and then they would just close it, and it wouldn't be open for dinner.
Who goes to Boardwalk Pizza at dinner time? I feel like it's a rare thing. Lunch,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I could see lunch. Dude, I could see that, Danny. I could see them do that kind of stuff where uh, they save budget by just closing things in the evening. Damn, that would suck. But dude, Bob, I don't even. Dude, I still can't comprehend the thought of saving $5 billion. Like, like I bet you, if you sat down and said like, "Hey, I need you to save $1 billion," there could probably be a plan that could be created. But Bob Iger has literally been hit with, you need to lay off 7,000 people and save $5 billion and save this Disney Plus streaming platform that's just blowing money like crazy. And you're leaving in 2 years. There's a real hard question that could be asked: does Bob Iger leave things worse than when he first left? It could totally be that, dude. It's crazy. And then who's the next fall person? And then Bob Iger comes back again, and I don't even know. It's crazy. Disney's in a crazy position right now, like from the media side. Breck, thank you so much, dude. I have to like read if this is a new super chat or an old one, but it's a new one, dude. Five fires, Breck. Appreciate all your support, my friend. Thank you for supporting the fire, man. Um, Let me see.
So
Braden.
we got let's see here. Big Avocado says, I'm hopeful that they do something different for throwback. I absolutely despise the photo backdrops. It's like a child's birthday party, so cheap and not worth the money we pay for the tickets. Yeah, for me it was, the reason why I didn't buy any tickets for him, it's like I did Star Wars night already, and when they announced the new Star Wars night, they didn't even announce they didn't announce anything new for it. And in fact, it looked like they were even offering less than what they were offering the previous time as far as what they showcased so far. I mean, they could throw a wrench in it all, right? And then um, offer a bunch of new things that we didn't see last Star Wars night. And it's not like they had a problem selling it out anyway. It's sold out. But for me, that was like, well, I don't want to do Throwback Night because it looked boring. And then Star Wars Night, I already did it. It was fun, but I didn't want to do it again. So I think right now, like the hard part with me, and like I can kind of see what Mondo's saying, is like they're just not really repeatable, you know. And for locals, it's not really like a repeatable thing.
Yeah, you going for your first time to any of these after dark events, you're probably going to have a lot of fun. And the same goes with Oogie Boogie. You've never been, you have kids, you're going to have a great time. But for me being a like a magic key holder, I've already been there, done that. At what point do you just say like, I probably shouldn't be spending $150 to do the same exact thing as the previous time? I don't know. I don't want to say that like spending my money to do the same thing over and over is not worth it, but in this case, I Princess Night broke me, Danny. Princess Night was it for me. I was like, I'm good. I'm good on these cardboard photo backdrops. Big avocado. I'm in the same boat. I just don't know. I'm good on After Dark events. Even if I miss out on the coolest thing that could happen in After Dark event, it probably has a 3 hour wait like Princess Leia did. So what am I really missing out on? You know what I mean? Nothing. I'm
Yeah.
not missing out on anything. Regular Josh won with the super chat. I'll say this. From what I know, when it came to the new Warner Bros. Restructuring, this current restructuring at Disney ain't gonna be pretty. Dude, I've seen articles. I was gonna do videos on that stuff, but it looks like it's gonna be bad. 7,000 jobs is like I can't comprehend that, dude. But it's the only feeling I have towards it. It's very heartbreaking and sad. But yeah, dude, it's I don't even know how Disney. You know what we're gonna get? King Thanos gift shop. That's that's what Disney's. That's where we're going. Bring back Paint the Night Parade. Um, I've heard no rumors, my friend. I've heard no rumors. But I would love for it to come back. I'll be there day one. I need a spa night.
That too.
Dude, there's a lot of stuff we could do with that 125 per person, right? Than these after dark events. If you've never been, you're not a magic key holder, these are for sure for you. You're gonna have a great time. Especially because you're going to want to get on rides and things have low wait time at After Dark events. We got Sam Reyes with 7 months of membership. 5 fires, Sam. Thanks for continuously bringing the fire, Mondo and Danny. Shout out to the 5 fire fam. 5 fires. Let's go. Let me see. Jordan's like, slander After Dark events, but never slander Oogie Boogie Mondo. Dude, I'm not slandering it. It's just, it's like I've been there, done that. Too much Oogie. I'm just on the boat. Put Halloween back at Disneyland. That's where I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I want Mickey's Halloween party back.
Yeah,
you know they gotta switch things up, right? They have to offer new things, and Oogie Boogie Bash is cool. You know, I'm not gonna dog it. I love the Frightfully Fun parade. I love the projections on Carthay Circle. But even then, in like recent years, the last 2 years anyway, they've done the Oogie Boogie Bash projection effects on the Carthay on every night of the park, not even just the event. So like, there's not even really that much. Like, I feel like they've kind of just given it all away, and so like, there's not really anything special about it other than just Villains Grove, which, if you've done already, you've seen it. And
Grove, I don't ever care to walk through it again. It's just Danny convinced me to do it last time, and I only did it once out of like the 2 trips I went. I'm good. I'm good on Villains Grove. Bring characters to Villains Grove. That's it. It would be so good at that point. It doesn't even need candy. Just characters. It would. I don't know. Disney's like, enjoy your projections.
So we're 2 hours in, Mondo. Was there any special topics that you want to hit that we haven't hit yet?
Real quick, Mr. Romo, let's shout out Chris Rogers. Let's go. I saw his post today. I read it right before we went live. He was on like Pitbull radio station. So congratulations, Chris.
Ah.
Always
I
proud
know
of
he's
you,
doing
man.
that. I know he's doing that creator, like creator thing at Disney. Like, when is that? Do we know?
I think he already did it. I think it was last week.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if anything came out of that. I have no clue. I was hoping they would soft open Rogers Musical. That would have been cool. But uh,
Yeah.
do you think Rogers Musical is a once and done for you, Danny, or are you gonna keep going? Because I know you're not the biggest Marvel fan. I could
Uh,
do this all day.
I'll watch it one time, and that's all I'll do.
Oh man, I think every Marvel fan's gonna go to it, so it'll be popular. It'll be popular. Let me see. Let me see. Breck, is this another dude? I have to, dude. I am just like, I damn. I have to hit the super chat. Breck, thank you for your support. I appreciate you supporting the fire, dude. I don't. I keep looking if it's a old one, but it's not. Five fires, my friend. Thank you, dude. Appreciate your support and kindness, man. Uh, Living the Dream says, can they do both? Mickey Mouse Scary Party and Oogie like every night have different party. Uh, it is Disney 100. If there was ever a year to have two Halloween parties, it would be this year. But the concept of both parks closing early, I just don't think so. I don't think so. They would have to make tickets like $250. So it would like really have to be worth it, right?
Yeah, they can't close both parks early, so
Yeah, and then all the
for sure.
people planning trips in Halloween, they're just gonna be pissed. It's gonna be. I could see a concept of it being like uh, a certain amount of days at DCA, and then a certain amount of days in Disneyland. I could see like all of September Oogie Boogie Bash, and then October it's all in Disneyland. That would be cool. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Kimberly Moore, Rogers Musical was designed to torture and inflict pain. we're gonna, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We got Mr. Robo Mondo. I'm not a Mr. Oh, it's my first name is Mary. Last name. Okay, I'm sorry. That's how I read it. My fire is Mary. I apologize. I apologize.
I
I
mean,
said,
to be fair, there's a guy and a girl in that photo, so
yeah, I took a split like that split second guess. But Mary, fire it up, Mary. Let's go. Um, there's nothing left on the table that I really wanted to. Oh, okay. I'll get straight to the point. I might be crazy in thinking this, but it's become very visual, very visual. Um, in my last trips to Universal Studios Hollywood, I've been noticing a trend. And what this trend is people, gosh, I'm trying not to cuss so hard. I've been seeing people just merched out. Big, big war Bowser hat. They got the superstar popcorn bucket. They got a robe on at the same time from Gryffindor and a wand in another hand. Little girl holding a unicorn with a minion bucket. Another kid wearing Jurassic World everything and has a toy. I am seeing like Universal, I don't know how else to say it, but they're killing the game from the merch perspective. And when I try to like relate it to Disneyland, is Disneyland doing that? And I had this conversation, I forgot, I think it was with Villain. And I wanted to have this conversation with you, Danny. Do you think Disneyland's doing a good job from the merch perspective on, I guess like people just kind of merching out from like a kid to an adult. What is your thoughts on that? Because right now I'm seeing, when I was on the studio tour, there was like 20 Yoshi hats and headbands of Super Nintendo. I was like, God damn. And they were selling the Bowser hat for 40 now, which I think previously was either 30 or 32 or something. So they rose the price. What is your thoughts on that? Because dude, people are merching out like hard at Universal right now. It's crazy. And I go to Disneyland. I don't even know what a kid could buy that could be merched out like that. What are your thoughts? This question goes to you, to everybody in the chat. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this. What do you think, Danny?
It's I mean, we talked about this before on the show here, and just how much of a merchandise opportunity Nintendo is, right? And if they add Pokemon onto that too, like headbands with Pokemon on it, like little Pikachu's, little Eevees, little whatever Bulbasaurs, whatever, like this would just be nuts, right? Like people would just go crazy for all that stuff. And I hope they do eventually. Someone was mentioning in the chat here earlier, right, that like Pokemon's confusing because it's not fully owned by Nintendo. But I think the merchandise and character aspect of it is owned, and then there's like another company that owns like the card game and all that kind of stuff. So for merchandising though, I think they'd be set, right? That'd be a cool thing to do. But I think that's just like people are proud to like wear Nintendo stuff, and I think it's something that Universal hasn't really had yet, right? Like they had people wanting to do a lot of the Simpsons stuff, and then people have really big pride in like wearing the Harry Potter stuff and getting the merch there, and that's never been a problem for them to sell merch in the Wizarding World. So I think that they've got the Wizarding World and the Super Nintendo World. Like I feel like Universal's got like the best merchandising opportunities right now.
Hey, real quick, Alyssa says, Kimberly says, I have a $125 gift card for Disneyland. Haven't seen anything I need or want. Damn. When I think of Disneyland merch, I don't want to say kids are not out there wanting to buy everything. They probably are, but the level that I'm seeing right now at Universal, it's insane, dude. It's insane. And it's not just Super Nintendo World. It's the Minion stuff. It's the Harry Potter stuff. I see kids all the time walking with like a Transformer box. I see it every day. Little kids love Transformers. At Disney, the one prevalent, I see people holding a balloon and kids holding a bubble wand. There's not something else that I really see a kid, maybe a droid, kinda, but not really. I don't know. I
will say I do see a lot more droids at Disneyland than I do people with lightsabers.
Yeah. I'm not hating on lightsabers, but mine has just been in the closet, and I'm pretty sure everybody else's has just been collecting dust. Not that I don't regret my purchase, not at all, but a lightsaber is just not easy to bring to the parks. Like a wand, you can just throw it in your backpack and take it to Universal. It's very simple. Janet Reynolds, 19 months of membership. Let's go, Papa! Disney sells high-end merch such as portraits, drawings, figurines, etc. They are super expensive. Love you guys. I will say Universal stuff is still expensive. Like, it is no way cheaper. But Disney, in the last like years since COVID, things have gone up a lot everywhere. Look at the headband ears. Like, it seems like they're regularly 35 to 55 or something. I get it. I almost feel like Disney. This is what I wanted to get at. The full circle. I feel like Disneyland's more. They're more targeting the older guest. I don't think they're really targeting the kid anymore. They're targeting the older guest because what's the constant things that you see? Spirit jerseys. What's the constant thing you see? Loungefly backpacks. The other continual thing is that they've been doing lately a lot. They're going retro. So like a 10-year-old going to Disneyland, I don't think they want to Oswald anything. I don't know. That's just this is my thoughts. I'm just thinking out loud, but that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen. To be honest, a lot of Disney merch from Hot Topic because it's cheaper. That's another thing. Everybody buys their merch outside of Disneyland and then wears it at Disneyland. I could imagine that's a big thing. The Dust Saber.
Yeah, Dust Saber.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Disney merch
Any other
the stomach too as
besides?
prices keep climbing. Yeah.
I was gonna say, besides that topic, was there any other like big ones?
No, that's it, Danny. Closing thoughts, my friend.
I would say the big thing. One thing we didn't talk about real quick for my closing thoughts is we're seeing a lot of San Francisco Square come into effect now. They're showing the all the buildings that kind of make up, where the cafe is and stuff like that, but like facing towards like the parade route. It's getting all the San Francisco Square like stuff. They have the Cerveceria like sign on it and all this stuff. So it's coming up really fast. The bridge is painted. The only thing that was weird is they brought back the Pacific Wharf signage. I don't know why. They even brought it back in like the new color. So that's kind of weird. Maybe they're just doing it for right now because it is Pacific Wharf and it's not officially San Francisco Square yet. And they don't want to put like San Francisco Square on it because it's like there's not anything there yet that's fully done with that. So
yeah, I guess technically still Pacific Wharf, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. Until it has its like unveil moment. But I would say that the final thought is that we'll keep an eye on this because it's going to keep changing. And I also want to continue keeping an eye on Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel because there's like a lot of changes happening now over there. That's like we're starting to see some of the actual hotels come through now, and it's cool to see some of the details over there. So
yeah, big changes happening for what is it called? Pixar Friends or Pals? Pixar Pals?
Pixar Place Hotel.
Pixar Place Hotel. There we go. Let me see. I'm just reading. If Universal's made the Back to the Future hoverboards a reality, that would be like insanely sold out. Let me see. May you please let me know your thought. I'm gonna watch it after this live, Breck. I forgot Primordial. I think it was what it was called. Let me see. I'm just finishing out. We got Breck with another super chat. God damn, Breck. Thank you, man. All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. I appreciate everybody's time. And thank you for hanging out with us on another amazing Speculation Sunday. Danny, thank you for all your great convo today. I feel like this was really fun. I feel like I learned a lot today because there was just our conversations went everywhere. I love Speculation Sunday because we don't have nothing planned, and I feel like it goes like according to plan, even though there's no plan. But Bragg, 5 fires. Thank you everybody so much. I'm gonna fire up another live in about 5 minutes for members only. But Danny, let people know about your podcast and what's coming on like from your end, if anything to expect.
Yeah, I have a new video that came out yesterday, Disneyland update. I filmed another video yesterday that'll come out this week, and then you can my YouTube channel, Just Ask Danny, and then you can subscribe to the podcast, the 5571 podcast, on any podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc.
Heck yeah! All right, everybody. Thank you guys for your time. We are firing it down. The Cali Beg and Just Ask Danny are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.